curling my hair with this 2-inch curling iron. I finally got one and I really love how it looks. I love the curls. They're looser, more of a wave. Okay, so I saw a woman who did this root touch-up on her silver hair recently, and I thought it looked great, and I was like, oh, it was not a root touch-up permanent, it's a spray, the root touch-up spray, which I never used when I was coloring my hair. She did it for like fun, for temporary, like to see how it would look, and she really loved the look of it, and it was for like a shadow root effect. What I wanted to say is, if you curl your gray hair out and you are questioning going back to color, I highly recommend you do this. Now, I wasn't questioning going back to color. I don't want to color my hair, but I sometimes do get a little bored and want to change it up temporarily. I saw this girl do this and I was like, oh, that looks good. You know, it looked good on her. And I thought, okay, I might try that just for fun and see if I like it, you know, just for the day, because it's a temporary root spray. It doesn't stay on. Well, let me tell you, it was an absolute disaster. Instantly, my scalp felt horrible. Like it felt like it was like tightening up where I sprayed it. And then it got itchy while it was on. And this is the cup. This is the root spray I used. It's Clairol Root Touch Up. One next to black, so it was like one step up, like a dark brown. And I absolutely hated it. Honestly, it made me realize how much I love my gray hair. Because I thought, first of all, it looked so bad. Like, it looked so fake, I felt like, next to my face. It was very harsh and too dark, which is my natural color, is very dark, my natural color, but it all over my head just looked so dark and just, it looked like shoe polish. Like literally, it did. It didn't look that way on her, but and not only that, but the feeling of it was absolutely horrible. I mean, I used to use organic hair color when I did color my hair, so it was probably less chemically, and this is not a natural product. I literally just did it as a temporary experiment, basically, just to see how I would feel, and I didn't even really look at the ingredients, to be honest, and which, you know, of course I knew it wasn't going to be a clean product, but thought for the day it might be fun. And it was awful. It was absolutely awful. And I had been looking at like old photos of myself recently, and I really, at the time, like I, you know, feel like I looked nice with my really dark hair, which was colored, but I mean, I was younger then, of course, too, but I still felt like it looked harsh, but I just absolutely hated it. So the point is, you want to, you know, if you're considering coloring your hair again after growing your gray out, or even like you're partially through your grow out, I recommend doing a root touch-up spray. Not, of course, if you have an allergic reaction, which I probably had at least a slight allergic reaction to, so of course check that first. But it washed out. I washed it twice out of my hair right away, so it wasn't like in my hair that long. I recommend doing some type of temporary thing on your hair before you would ever go back to coloring your hair and see how you feel, because it was awful. Like, I can't even tell you. I mean, that sounds dramatic, but I hated it. I literally hated it. I hated the look of it. I hated how harsh it looked. I hated the darkness of it. And it just really made me love my silver hair so much more. And like, I love it anyway, but you know, sometimes you just get bored. Sometimes you're like, oh, I want to change, and you just temporarily even want something different. That's kind of like how I felt. maybe I would just want to have some fun with my hair, because part of the reason I used to color my hair wasn't because I hated my grays necessarily. I was never one of those like obsessed over gray people, you know, that hated their grays with a vengeance. It was more like just a program thing, like, oh, you just color your grays. And also I liked coloring my hair for fun sometimes, and for like, you know, something different. But this really helped me know for sure that I do not want my dark colored hair again. I will never go back to dark colored hair. Never again. And so I would just say to you, give it a try. You know, if you're debating it, if you're doubting it, if you're thinking, I want to change my hair and I'm bored or whatever it is, give it a shot. You know, give something temporary a shot. I'm going to a concert tonight. I go to a lot of concerts. It's one of my favorite things to do. My husband and I, it's like one of our things we enjoy doing together, and this is one of my picks. I'm going to see Kaleo tonight. If you don't know them, they're a really good bluesy band, and I love their music. It's bluesy rock, one of my favorite genres. And I'm using this Eva 10-in-1. I always use this product on my hair for heat protection. Just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, anyone who's watching my channel for their gray hair growouts, and who feels sometimes that, like, you know, urge to color, that, you know, it's normal to feel the urge. I feel like most people that have grown their gray out do feel the urge to color their hair, but I say this is a great cure. Try it. Try the temporary stuff if you don't have an allergic reaction, and see how you feel. Anyway, I'm loving this 2-inch curling iron. It's actually faster too to use it. Getting hot now. It's a unit for this room, and my air's off because I didn't want it to pick up on the microphone. I'm starting to get sweaty. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. How are you doing on your gray hair growouts? How far along are you, and how's it going? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. How far along are you on your journey? If you're growing your gray out, how are you feeling? Do you ever have those desires to change it up? And, you know, would you try something temporary? You could probably do other more natural things. Like, I would not use that stuff again. I wish I could get rid of it and give it to somebody, because it was absolutely horrible, and I like wasted $10 basically on it. I thought it would just be like a fun thing, and it was a no-go. It's a total no-go for me. I'm probably sensitive to products, so maybe everyone wouldn't have that reaction. That girl obviously didn't, but for me it wasn't good. So I'll see you in the next video.